Good morning and welcome to Wednesday. Still in lockdown. We're going to do pie charts again today. I'd just like to point out my hair. I've not gone bald. It's just getting out of control, so I've had to use a hairband to keep out my eyes because it's driving me mad. I'm sure some of you are in the same position. Reading pie charts. We did how to draw a pie chart yesterday, and we're just going to look at how to read one today. So, can you see that? Okay, so a group of people picked their favourite pizza toppings from a list of 4. Here's the pizza, making me hungry. And what we want to know is there enough information on the pie chart to complete the table? Now, I'm pretty sure you can work out that that's 35 people over in that corner over there, over here. Okay, so do we have enough information to complete the table? I've just noticed there's a P missing from toppings. I don't know why, because I took a photograph of that from the book. So we've got mushroom, pepperoni, tomato and ham. Okay, have a think about it. Is there enough information to complete the table? Let's have a look. Let's do some work. Okay, so we know, for instance, that what fraction of the group chose mushrooms? Well, it's telling us that 35 people chose mushrooms, and I'm wondering what fraction that is, because once I know what fraction that is, I might be able to do something with the rest of it over here. Might be able to work out the rest over here. So I know that it's 35 people, so let's work out. If I know that this is 1/3 here, this is my third that I've got written down here. Okay, I know that this bit here is 1/4. How do I know that? Have a think. How do I know that that's 1/4? Well, I can see here that angle there is a right angle. So that makes that 1/4. Okay, so that is 1/4 and that's 1/3. So if I add those two together, whatever's missing from the whole will be what fraction the 35 people are. So I've got 1/3, add 1/4. I don't know why that is doing that. Yeah, there we go. 1/3, add 1/4. So in order to add them together, as we know from our arithmetic, we need to have them have the same denominator. So 1/3 and 1/4, we're going to go for 12ths, aren't we? We'll go for 12ths. So 1/3 is the same as 4/12ths. And that is because if I change it to 12ths times the denominator by 4, that means I have to do the same to the numerator, so I have to times it by 4. So 1 times 4 is 4. Okay, and then 1/4 is the same as 3/12ths. And that's because if I do that into 12ths, I've times it by 3, the denominator by 3. God, that doesn't like 3. And then if I do the same to the top, I've also times that by 3. Okay, so 1/3 plus 1/4 is the same as saying it's 4/12ths plus 3/12ths. And obviously 4 add 3 is 7. The 12ths are it's the same denominator. 4/12ths and 3/12ths gives us 7/12ths altogether. Then I want to say this bit here, go back to your picture, this bit, add this bit is 7/12ths of the pizza. So I want to know what this bit is. The 35 people, the mushroom section, is going to be 1 whole, take away the 7/12ths, take away this bit, and we're left with that bit, which is 5/12ths. Okay, so the 35 people, 5/12ths. That's not quite very well either. Don't know why it went right over there. 5/12ths. There you go. Okay, so 35 people are 5/12ths. 5/12ths chose mushrooms. Okay. Okay, so now we can have a look at this table again. I've put the mushroom figure in this time, so I know that it's 35. And I've put it into a bar model. I know some of you are groaning now, but let's think about it. 35 are mushrooms, and we know that that's 5/12ths. We already know that 7/12ths, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is the rest of it. And we split that up by saying it was 1/4 and 1/3. Okay? Brilliant. Now, what I've done here though is if we go back to go back here. The quarter is the tomato, isn't it? So let's have a look. Oh, where's it gone? I think I did a page by mistake. Hang on. So the tomato is the quarter. That's the red bit. And then if I look at the pepperoni and the ham together, they are 1/3. So what I've done is I've put them both in the same table here, in the same block of the table. We said that's 1/3. So some of you now will be able to work out the rest, what goes in there and what goes in there. So if you can, stop the video and have a go. If you're not sure, just stick with me and we'll do it together. Okay, so we know that 5/12ths is 35 people. Okay, we know that 5/12ths is 35 people. So to work out what 1/12 is, I write the 35. I should say 35. If I write 35 under there, and it's 5 sections of that bar model, 5 bars in the bar model, 1/12 must be 7 people. They're all 7 people, aren't they? Because we find 1/12 by doing 35 divided by 5. And then if 1/4 here is 3/12ths. I don't know what's wrong with my pen today. Just have a look at it. Don't know why it's not working very well. And each one of these is 7. Oh, I can't do it in red, can I? That was silly. 7. Then that means that 3 times 7 is 21. I've got 21 here. And then the pink section, 1/3 is 4/12ths. Don't work very well. Let me just hold on to the back of my laptop. There you go, 4/12ths. Each one of those again is 7. So I've got 4 lots of 7, which is 28. Okay, so I know that if I were looking at this this table here, 35 in tomato, you would have 21. Oh, 21, and in the pink, in the ham and pepperoni, you would have 28. Okay. So, does that answer our question? Well, let's go right back to the beginning and see what our question was. Our question was, is there enough information on the pie chart to complete this table here? Well, I've done this one. There was definitely enough to do that. And I've done the tomato. And I know that this one and this one together are 28. But I can't actually fill in this and this, do I? Can I? Because I don't know what proportion of each one they are. And if you look at the picture, it's actually quite hard to work out. It's not like it's half each. So if we think about that, we can't assume, or it says, can we assume that 14 people chose ham and 14 people chose pepperoni? I'm losing the power of speech. Well, we can't assume that, can we? So we can't complete the whole table. We can just get more information. Okay. Right. So now then, for the next ones, I normally like to draw all these things out myself, but this was a really tricky one to draw because of the pie chart was so hard to do. So the following table and pie chart show the number of goals scored by 32 teams in a football tournament. So let's have a look at the information that we've got. We've got 32 teams, and it's the number of goals. Okay, 32 teams in a football tournament. We can see there, if we look at the pie chart, you can see that you've got 1 or 2 goals, 5 or 6 goals, 7 or 8, 9 or 10, and 3 and 4, which was the biggest section. And if we look down at the table here, it says 1 or 2. How many teams scored that? Well, it just says X, which, as we know from our algebra, represents an unknown number. 3 or 4 goals were scored by 14 teams. 5 or 6 goals were scored by Y. Again, that's an unknown number. We don't know. 7 or 8 goals were scored by 4 teams. And 9 or 10 goals were scored by Z teams. And as you can see, the question here, find the value of X, Y, and Z. Okay, so how are we going to do that? There's a couple of ways you could do this. First of all, we can look at X here, and we know it's 1 or 2 goals. So find the 1 or 2 goals section, and what fraction of the pie is that scored by 1 or 2 goals? I think you can see that's a quarter. So if we say that's a quarter, okay, and we know that there were 32 teams because it says so here. So we need 1/4 of 32, which is, hopefully you remember, 32 divided by 4, which gives us 8. So this one should be 8. Okay, 3 or 4 goals we know is 14, and we can check now, can't we? Because the other way we could have done the 1 or 2 goals is to look at 3 or 4 goals. We can use the information we've got. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Okay, so we can use the information we've got to say how many sections are there in that, how many of these little segments are there in the 3 or 4 goals. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we know that it was 14 goals. So that means that each segment is 2. So the other way that could have worked out the 1 or 2 goals is to say that each of those is 2 as well. And that would have given me 8. 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay. Now 5 or 6 goals, we can see that it's 2 segments. So if I remember that each of those is 2, then I know that Y is 4. 7 or 8 is 4. Again, we can check out that we know what we're doing. And so Z must be 2. Now, I would go and check that by thinking I need this column, this table here. This table, oops, needs to add up to 32. So I've got 8, add 14 is 22. Add 4 is 26, add 4 is 30, add 2 is 32. Okay, so you use what you know to find out the rest of it. You have to find the things that you know. Okay, sorry, I had to just stop for a minute there. But this is the work that you would ordinarily be doing on your own. So I'd like you to have a look at it. This is the pie chart. I'm going to come back to it in a minute, so don't worry. And, oops, hello. This is what you would have to do. So we basically need to find what each segment is. How many people is each segment? Okay, so I'm going to take that off now so that you can see the pie chart much bigger. So it says this pie chart shows the number of computers owned by 50 households in a town. So I'd like you to work out what each of the segments are. So what is this one? What is this one? Oh, that one you know. What's that one? And do you know what that one is? Okay, so pause the video. And then unpause. And we know that the important bit of information here is that there's 50 households. Okay, we know that this is 20. So we know that the rest is 30. And we know that's 5. So this and this have to add up to 25, don't they? So it's relatively straightforward because I need to know what this is. And that is 1/5. So to work out that, I want to know what 1/5 of 50 is. So how do you find a fraction of a number? You divide the number by the denominator, remember? So 50 divided by 5 is 10. So 1/5 of 50 is 10. So that's 10 people. And this is the same here. So that's 10 people. And then this one here is just going to be what's left over. So you've got 10, 20, 30, 40, 5. So that one's going to be another 5. Okay. So if you're not sure, just go back and have another look at that. And then if you're filling in this table, can't remember what it said now. So none was 5. 1 was 10. 2 was 20. 3 was 10. And more than 3 was 5. And then add them up to make sure you got it right. So start with the base number: 20, 30, 40, 45, 50. Done. Okay, move on. Shall I make this one bigger as well? Let me just do that for you. So you've got the following pie. Why would you do that? The following pie chart and table show the number of vehicles of different types in a car park. Okay, so it's different types of vehicles. We don't know how many vehicles at the moment. So look at your pie chart. Remember from yesterday, one of the things that you need to know first of all is how many segments there are in any pie chart. So why don't you count the segments now? So 1, 2, let me put that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, 20 segments. Okay, so that might help, it might not, but at least we know. Oops, it's gone to the side. Can't get it to move down. Use the mouse, sorry. And we want to know how many were cars, how many are motorbikes, how many are scooters, vans, trucks, and others. And as you can see, we've got some, if we look over here, we've got some algebraic expressions here. But I don't think that really matters. Let's see what we know. We know that there are 20 segments. Oh, that just doesn't like me, that side bar. And do I know anything else? Yes, I do, because on here, I know that scooters is 36, okay? So pause the video, try and work out what all the others are. I'm going to go back up to the, if scooters are 36, what are all the others? Okay, take your video off on pause, and there are a couple of ways you can do this. So we know that scooters are 36, and we know that that is 3 segments. You have a look, it's 1 there, going to about that 36. 1, 2, 3 segments, okay, and that's those 3 segments. 36. So one segment must be 36 divided by 3, which is 12. Okay, so if I look at others on here, that's only one segment. So I already know that one segment is 12. So what does the question ask me to do? You can find the values, look at the bottom. Find the values of A, B, and C. Okay, so I already know then that B, because it's others, here is 12. So that's 12. So I can say that B equals 12. Okay. What else can I find out? There's this one here, motorcycle. Oops, I thought that was my rubber. I can say that motorcycles is 4 lots of B. Remember, when you have a letter and a number together, it means multiply them. So 4B is 4 times 12. Because that was where your B is, and it's 12. So this one is 48. So motorcycles are 48. Now, there are no other ones there that use B, but I can probably work out what C is here. Okay, I'm just going to rub that out. So let's see if I can work out what C is. So I need to go back to the pi to work out what C is. And it is, which one? Trucks. Okay, so let's find trucks. Oh, trucks is also just one. So one segment there is trucks. Let's see, is that right? So trucks is also 12. And vans is 2 lots of C, so that is also 12 times 2, which is 24. Okay. And then all I need now is cars. Cars is A. So let's see how many segments are cars. Let's get rid of everything else. So cars are, this is cars here. Cars there. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, and we know that each one of those is 12, remember? Because one of the segments is 12. So 12 times 9. I hope you're not all forgotten that that's 108. So cars is 108. Okay, that's the end of today's work and video. So go out and enjoy the sunshine. It's last day. Oh no, it's raining today, isn't it? See, I've recorded these the day before, so I've recorded this on Tuesday when outside my door it's still sunny. But I think tomorrow it's due to rain. So you can't maybe enjoy the day, but I'm hoping it's got a little bit of sunshine too. Have a good day. Bye.